Hey there Fnaf fans, DK17 here with another unboxing video. Today we're gonna review the second wave of Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Snaps! This time they focused on FNAF 2, 3 and 4. Unlike the first game where they mainly focused on FNAF 1 of course. Now before we start, I just want to say that thank you guys for the support of my previous video about the first wave of the snaps. It's currently my most popular video with over 30,000 views. Anyways, back to the review. Now this wave is a lot smaller than the previous wave, which is understanding, especially since we're getting wave 3, which is huge. However, some of the character choices for this wave are kinda odd. We'll get into that later. I'm also quite surprised that we didn't get any characters from Sister Location, which is a shame since we did get Baby in wave 1. Just like last time, we're gonna start with the 1 packs, then the 2 packs and lastly the playsets. However, I'm gonna save the exclusives for last. Now without further ado, let's get started. So the first one that we're gonna review today is Nightmare Bonnie. Wow, well this figure is kinda a mixed bag for me. Alright, so let's get into the positives first. So one thing cool about this figure is that he's extremely detailed for a toy. I mean, look, the withering on his ears, his teeth, his body. There's so much going on. Plus that he's also detailed on non-withered parts of him. He feels very old and worn out. It really suits the Nightmare as well. The paint job is actually much better than on characters like Springtrap, because I feel like he's missing a lot of paint. This isn't the case with Nightmare Bonnie. Now if you look closely you can see that the withering is actually accurate to the game for the most part. Like the withering on his chest, his exposed left foot, right hand and toes on his right foot. I could go on and on. However, there are a few problems with this figure. The first one being they just reused classic Bonnie and made him more nightmarish, which we all know is inaccurate. I mean, look how different these two characters are. This is a problem with the Nightmare Bonnie plush as well. Not to mention that he's purple when he's supposed to be blue. I don't get why Funko decided to do that, because they did a pretty good job with the action figure, the mystery mini and the Funko Pop. Now you may be thinking that Nightmare Bonnie's eyes are the wrong color. Well, you're both right and wrong. Nightmare Bonnie does have purple eyes in FNAF 4 and UCN. However, in Help Wanted, Nightmare Bonnie does have yellow eyes for some reason. So it is kinda a soft excuse for Funko to give him yellow eyes. However, you don't have an excuse for making him purple or reusing classic Bonnie. At the very least, they made his jaw a lighter color. I will say that the endo head is really cool and also quite accurate to the game. And what's cool is that the withering on his face are actual holes, so you can still see the endo head underneath. That's something that Springtrap doesn't have. Now, unlike everyone else, Nightmare Bonnie doesn't come with an angry face, but instead with a face with an open mouth. I mean, he does look really cool with that open mouth. I just wish he was more angry-like. That would have looked terrifying. He also comes with a withered guitar. Again, something that doesn't even exist in the game. But like I said before, it's probably because every figure has to come with some sort of accessory. I mean, it does look very nice and it's extremely detailed as well. And it does suit Nightmare Bonnie a lot. Moving on to the 2 packs, next up we have Nightmare Chica and Toy Chica. Again, another weird character combo. However, this one does make a little more sense than the last one, because they're both Chicas. Since we just reviewed Nightmare Bonnie, I think I want to review Nightmare Chica next. Now, right off the bat, Nightmare Chica has about the same problems as Nightmare Bonnie. Once again, they just reused classic Chica, which is inaccurate. Nightmare Chica lacks that giant jaw that's separated from the top of her head. I will say that her head shape is a bit more accurate to her in-game counterpart than classic Chica is to hers. However, her hair is inaccurate as well. She's also too light of a shade of yellow. She should have been darker. The good thing about her is that she's very detailed, just like Bonnie. However, she actually doesn't feel as worn out as Bonnie. The paint job is also quite good. But why is her bit blank? Why? There's no reason to. I know they could have added the letters. And despite not being as accurate as Bonnie's, the withering is still quite accurate to the game, like in the middle and the wires on the right side of her head. And they even added the nostrils, which is cool. But again, she has a blue eye. When will you ever learn, Funko? Her other face looks kinda weird. She's got her open mouth, just like Bonnie's. But she's also got those happy SFM eyes, which makes her look goofy. Is this supposed to be her happy face? Again, I would have preferred if she came with an angry face. Now, Nightmare Cupcake definitely looks very weird. He doesn't really look nightmarish at all. He kinda reminds me of Wario. Again, why does he have a dummy thick candle? It doesn't look good. At the very least, his colors are accurate to the game. Now, before moving on, I just want to point this out. I'm actually surprised that Nightmare Freddy and Nightmare Foxy weren't made when Bonnie and Chica were. I mean, Funko always makes Freddy and Foxy if they can only make 2 out of the main 4. Take a look at the Fnaf 6 wave, for example, where they only made Rockstar Freddy and Foxy as plushies, action figures, and pops, while Bonnie and Chica only got mystery minis. Or more recently, the Balloon Circus wave, where we only got Balloon Freddy and Foxy as action figures, Circus Freddy and Foxy as pops, and only 2 of the 4 other characters in the plushie line. I think the reason why they're always making Freddy and Foxy is because Freddy is the main character, kinda, and Foxy is the most popular one. Well, with some of the newer products they made Bonnie instead of Foxy, but they still made Freddy. So why did they make the 2 least popular ones of the gang when they could only make 2 nightmares? This is something that McFarlane would do, like how they made Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica in Wave 2 before any of the other toys. And it doesn't look like we're getting Nightmare Freddy and Foxy anytime soon, because the next wave is gonna focus on Security Breach. Hopefully sometime after, Funko will go back filling the gaps with Nightmare Freddy and Foxy, even though they're probably gonna reuse Classic Freddy and Foxy. And maybe we'll get an exclusive 2-pack with the Jackos. And I doubt they will do any other characters from FNAF 4. Now let's move on to Toy Chica. Right off the bat, something looks off about her. I mean, at first glance, she doesn't look that bad, but if you look closely, you can kinda see what the problem is. The head shape. Toy Chica actually has a very spherical head shape, but here, her cheeks bend out a little, which makes her look off. Her hair is also a little too small. And another problem is how her eyelids are made, which makes her look sad/tired. I mean, it might be an upgrade from Toy Bonnie's eyelids, which made him look insane. And her eyebrows are not quite accurate when they should be thinner. I don't know about you guys, but for me, Toy Chica looks more like Classic Chica than the actual Chica figure does. Comment down below if you disagree. Her body is pretty much spot on, but I guess it wasn't that hard since they just reused Toy Bonnie's limbs. If you look closely, you can see that they did give Chica her curves to make her a little more accurate. And she's got the Let's Party on her bib. Again, why does Nightmare Chica not have that? I will say that her endo head is a bit more accurate than Toy Bonnie's, even though it still doesn't really look like Endo 02. At least she doesn't have eyelids. And for some reason her endo is a little darker than the previous Snap figures, which is the case with all the new ones. I will say that Toy Chica looks so much better with her angry face. The iconic one with the missing beak. I'm glad they found a way to give her black eyes. And her eyebrows are a little more accurate. This looks more like Toy Chica to me. Once again, her cupcake looks weird. Why do you keep making their candles thick, Funko? It's not even the right color. And now he's got eyelids which make him look horrifying. Moving on to the playsets, next up we have Toy Freddy with storage room? But we already got a storage room in wave 1. And this looks more like an office. Anyways, let's start with the figure. Wow! Now this is a really good looking Snap figure. I mean, look how accurate this figure is to the game. Now this is an example of a perfect Snap figure. The only other perfect one in my opinion is Baby. Especially his face. I really can't find anything wrong with it. Unlike Toy Chica's, his eyelids don't make him look sad. And look! His head doesn't have this cartoonish bend like the other Freddys have. His body is also pretty much fine. Now the only problems with him are really just nitpicks. They forgot to add the lighter color onto his torso, although I'm sure that a lot of people didn't even notice that. And he's brown when he should be more orange-like. That's probably because this was based off the Help Wanted version. Now his hostile face is also extremely good. I'm so happy that they added that feature that he has when he's in the office. The microphone is also pretty decent, although it should be black at the top, but that doesn't really matter. Now the toy band is finally complete. Yay! Now let's move on to the office. Well, it looks like the Fnaf 1 office, but it's bigger and it looks more abandoned than the other sets, mainly because of all those cobwebs. There's also a pipe and a button, which look more like something from Sister Location. One thing that I want to point out is that the set itself is a slightly different grade than the other sets, which is annoying. I do like that they added the drawings and even the Celebrate poster, even though it's a Freddy snap head. There's also a hole in the right corner so you can put a mask on top of it. It kinda gives me Sister Location vibes. Now the desk is also pretty cool and also quite accurate to the game. The monitors are removable and they even added the soda cup and the papers. But they forgot one important thing. Can you guess what it is? Yep, the fan. Seriously, the fan is the most iconic thing about the office and they just didn't include it. Now this set comes with the most accessories out of every set. Firstly, we've got the monitors. For some reason, all of the monitors are broken, which is weird because I don't think they are in the game. I do like that they included the cupcake on top, even though it's ugly. We've also got 2 boxes full of parts for monitors, I think. They do look really neat. There's also a box where you can put your figures' heads on top of it. And finally, we've got a trash can with a slice of pepperoni pizza, which is also pretty neat. Okay, now I kinda get why it's called the storage room. I don't think the office has any boxes lying around on the floor. The final one for today is our first exclusive actually. The Walmart exclusive Phantom Foxy. Oh, Funko. You just can't stop making merch of Phantom Foxy, can you? Yeah, Phantom Foxy has got quite a handful of merch over the years, just because he's another variant of Foxy. And every time they got him wrong. Almost every single merch of him is just a metallic green version of Fnaf 1 Foxy. And this Hero World figure is a metallic version of Nightmare Foxy for some reason. However, this time I actually have something to talk about this figure. Believe it or not, but this is the Help Wanted version of Phantom Foxy. You know, the crappy version that's inaccurate to the Fnaf 3 version. Don't believe me? Take a good look at this figure, mainly the face. Notice that he's missing his eye patch, as well as his eyebrows, just like the Help Wanted version. Surely this isn't a coincidence. Now look at his legs, they're clear. That's because in Help Wanted, Phantom Foxy doesn't have legs for some reason. However, the problem with him are his colors. Phantom Foxy is not that green in Help Wanted. This is clearly based off that fan render of him. Funko, why do you keep stealing fan art? It's also kinda lame that they just reused the same sign from the previous Foxy just with different colors. So do I think this Phantom Foxy is perfect? No, definitely not. They should have obviously still based this figure off the Fnaf 3 version, aka the recolor of Withered Foxy with a missing hook. However, this is the best Phantom Foxy merch Funko has made because at least it's based off the Help Wanted version. However, the only ones that got him right were McFarlane. Now before we finish, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna display all these figures and sets now. Now this is where people are probably gonna disagree with me, but I'm gonna put the office next to the storage room rather than in the middle. Why? That's because it just didn't look right to me in the middle because it looks more abandoned than the storage room. So in my headcanon for this display is that this room used to be an office but has been abandoned for years now. And just imagine that it's boarded up. As for all of the face masks, we're gonna replace Springtrap's and Golden Freddy's mask with Toy Freddy's and Toy Chica's, since these animatronics are being used for this pizzeria now. As for Springtrap's face, it's gonna go on the Endo head. And Golden Freddy's face is gonna be in the office. Unfortunately, we don't have any more holes to put faces on for the rest of them. Now onto the figures. We've now got the main cast from Fnaf 1, not including the endoskeletons, the main band from Fnaf 2, 2 characters from Fnaf 3, 2 kinda random characters from Fnaf 4, and the main character from Sister Location. How would you display all of these, you may ask? Well, the stage is gonna remain the same. We're gonna move Golden Freddy to the office since that's where he belongs. As well as Springtrap because the office is also kinda the safe room of my display. Now Toy Freddy and Toy Chica are gonna be in the storage room with Toy Bonnie. And these are gonna be the spare animatronics of Freddy, Bonnie and Chica. Like if one of them breaks down, they could just use the toy variant. Phantom Foxy is gonna be in the left corner of the office like he is in Fnaf 3. And since we don't have any Fnaf 4 sets, I'm gonna put Nightmare Bonnie on the left side and Nightmare Chica on the right side of the office. Basically, the stage is for the main performing animatronics, the storage room is for the spare animatronics, and the office is for all of the non-performing animatronics. So my final thoughts on this wave is, it's kinda mixed bag for me. I will say that it has a small increase in quality and it did make my display more interesting. However, some of the character choices were strange. If I had to rank the figures, I would say that Phantom Foxy is my least favorite, then Nightmare Chica, then Nightmare Bonnie, then Toy Chica, and then Toy Freddy is my favorite. I'm really looking forward to the next wave, which is gonna focus on Security Breach. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And I'll see you in my next video, so peace out everyone.